I got a water. Sweet. Hey everybody, welcome to Brick by Brick. I'm your host, Brad Crihfield. And today we have a very special guest. And he probably has the coolest name ever. Mr. Brad Beach.
Thank you.
It's so cool that we got to cross paths. It's funny because I saw it said it was like Vote Brad 2020, and I thought I was being punked. It was just so funny seeing how similar our websites were, our platforms were. So I'm excited to have you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I ran my name on the county website, and when I put Brad in, two of us popped up. You're in Bellflower, I'm in ABC Unified, and we both have beards, so here we are.
Yeah. You just have a lot easier of a last name to say.
Yes.
So how's the campaign going?
Campaign's going very well. We're up and running. Our Facebook page is going. We have a website. It's bradbeachforabc.com. And I'm just out campaigning, meeting the residents, listening to their concerns, and looking forward to winning in November.
It's crazy right now, campaigning in this COVID environment. And is this your first time running for elected position?
Yes, I have helped on several campaigns. I've been a campaign manager in the past, so I got experience there.
Okay.
But this is my first time personally running.
It's weird, right?
It's strange. It's
Yeah.
definitely different. I went back and forth with whether I could walk and meet the neighbors and have a mask on and stand 8 to 10 feet back,
Yeah.
or if I should just make phone calls. So my campaign is discussing that as we speak.
It's sensitive because elections and campaigning are very important, very essential. And you want to get out and you want to talk to the people you're going to be representing, get to know them, so you have an honest chance of being elected. But it's also can be seen as an insensitive or a bad look by going out and campaigning during times where people should be following protocols and guidelines. So it's a fine line we have to walk, right?
Yeah, and I've noticed over the last several campaigns I've helped on, less and less people answer the phone. So
Yeah.
if you can't reach out to people by phone and now you can't knock on their door, how are they going to get to know you and what you stand for?
Yeah. Now it's just social media.
Social media, word of mouth is going to be key, and putting together a nice website and directing people to that, I think, will be huge.
What do you think when somebody says they support Brad Beach, what is it that you really want them, what can they really do to support you and your campaign?
I think for me, obviously, campaigns are expensive, so I'm fundraising, collecting money from friends and family. I also may need people to call for me and get the word out, really.
Why did you decide to run for school board in the first place?
Well, I have two young daughters. They go to Nixon Academy. One's going to be starting first grade and one in the third grade. And I've served on 3 different committees for the ABC Unified School District. I was on the Strategic Planning Committee, the Facilities Committee, where we assessed all 29 schools in the district, and then I was on the School of Choice Committee. So I started learning a lot about the policies in the district. I've been watching board meetings for years now, and I just thought I could bring some value to the board, bring some leadership, some transparency, and I really do listen to the residents. So I want to be that conduit that connects the community to the school board, and we can make some positive changes.
How old are your daughters again?
They are 6 and 8.
That's a fun age.
Yes.
And are they? How do they feel about Dad running?
Well, they're totally different personalities. My older one is my maybe future politician. She's knocked doors on me for previous campaigns.
Okay, sweet.
We had it all lined up for her to help me on this one, and she wanted to earn money towards a new laptop.
There you go.
And I told her, well, we can't walk anymore, so she was devastated, but I can put her to work in other ways, and I think you saw they made a video for me.
I loved it.
Yeah.
That was great.
So they're helping, but they're completely different. So one is ready for virtual learning. She can go right in on the computer by herself and doesn't need much guidance. Our second one it's pulling teeth to get her to stay in front of the monitor and do her homework. So it's going to be very challenging for our family.
Yeah. And how are you adapting to distance learning as a family?
Well, I'm an essential worker, so I'm still working. My wife is actually working towards her BSN, so she's in school full-time online. And then we have 2 daughters. So this Monday is going to be very interesting when ABC starts up, and we'll see how we can make that balance.
Yeah. And so your older is the more kind of political future maybe. And so the younger one, she's how would you describe her?
Very stubborn, hard-headed.
Okay. What is it with the second one? So because it's funny how similar our situations are. So like similar age difference, but mine are 6 and 3. And the younger one's just so stubborn. She's amazing, and she's but she's so stubborn.
I've done some research on it, and the firstborn actually helps the younger one and takes some leadership roles in the family. So the second one typically is going to be much different. My brother and I are completely different. So I really believe there's something to first and second born and their characteristics.
How many siblings do you have?
Just one younger brother.
Okay. And did you grow up in the area?
We did. I went to Mary Bragg Elementary School, which is in ABC, Haskell Middle School, and Gar High School.
Okay.
My mom taught at Cerritos High School for 28 years. So I grew up as the son of a teacher and got to see her lesson plans and what she did for the school district. So I bring that knowledge with me if I get elected.
You mentioned the committees that you've been on, but you've also done something really cool with one of the schools. Can you explain what it is and why that's important?
The Watchdogs is a national program. It was started in Indiana, and it was after some school shootings. So they wanted male adult figures on the campus to provide safety. We wear orange vests and walk around, help with the drop-off lanes for safety in the morning, and then walk around the school to make sure it's safe. Oftentimes we play with the kids, so we'll push them on the swings, we'll tie their shoelaces. And the person that started our program is a guy named Jeremy. He's actually a LA County Sheriff Deputy. He is a great leader for our Watchdog program. He's good at recruiting new guys in. And really it's to get dads involved with their kids.
Yeah.
So what can be better than that? I helped Mary Bragg try to get the program up and running, and it's my goal to bring it to every elementary school in the district. I challenge you to try to get it going in Bellflower Unified.
Challenge accepted.
And it's just a phenomenal program. The guys meet once a month to get together. We go to Straw Hat Pizza. We talk about our kids. We help each other. And it really builds a great bond with the dads of the school.
That's awesome. So campaigning, for those of you that don't know, it's going to be a election like no other. So you're going to get a mail-in ballot, and it's going to be really important that you not only vote, but you vote when you get that mail-in ballot. And again, there's very limited walking. There's going to be limited events. I'm sure you have some ideas on how to engage virtually. And what I'm hoping is that as we progress towards the election, there will be some leniency when it comes to political gatherings, because I do feel that they are very essential and they're very important this time of year. So I'm hoping, some socially distant, responsible events over the next month and a half. But for now, it's all virtual. Do you have any virtual plans?
We do, and let me first say it was very disappointing because you've helped on campaigns as well, and you usually have a big kickoff where all your supporters and friends come.
I was really looking forward to kickoff.
You have a first fundraiser and different things in person where people can come and socialize. We really haven't been able to do any of that, but I do have a virtual fundraiser planned coming up on September 10th. Sherman and Gloria Cappy, Don and Julie Kanabe, and George Ray, who are all former mayors of Cerritos. Don Kanabe was the supervisor in LA County. They'll be hosting the fundraiser for me, and a flyer will go out soon, and we'll see how that goes.
And you already got your yard signs out.
Yes, I got them out just inside the 90-day mark.
4 by 8 feet yard signs.
Yeah, I've helped on campaigns, and I called Doug at Campaign LA and said I'd like the large signs. Yeah. Little did I know he had one bigger than the 4x4. So when I went to pick them up, they hung off the back of the truck, but they look beautiful, and I'm happy with them.
Hey, I love it. So what does the next 6 weeks look like for you?
Well, it's going to be contacting my friends, having my friends contact their neighbors, continuing to get signs up, working on mail pieces. We're deciding how we're going to send out mailers to the community. There's 4,300 homes in my trustee area and about 10,000 registered voters. So we're looking at how to email, how to maybe phone call, or if things get better with COVID, we can maybe knock on some doors as it gets later.
What is your message to voters right now?
Well, I think my main message is people can see what I've done in the community. I've been a leader for many years. I served on the Planning Commission in Cerritos. I care very much about my kids and all the kids in the district. I think I'll bring some transparency to the school board, and I'm ready to serve the community in that capacity.
And what are some things that you really want to see happen in your district over the next 4 years?
Well, I'd like us to look at other districts. I hear a lot of things from the residents. Some of their families go to Irvine and Fullerton and different school districts that are doing innovative things. I want to look at what other districts are doing and see how we can make some changes to make ABC better. So I'm all for the sharing of ideas and visiting other schools to see what are the best practices.
Yeah. And do you feel like you have a good base of support? You have a lot of friends that got your back?
I believe so. On that first weekend, we put out 150 signs, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but I was very happy that
Sounds like a whole lot. Are you kidding me? 150?
I knew those people personally, and
I need to do some work, man.
well, I grew up in ABC Unified, so a lot of my friends from high school still live in the area. Their parents still live here, and then I was president of the PTA at Nixon for 2 years, so I now know most of the families at my school, which all live in our trustee area. So I've been socializing and meeting people for several years now, and that helped.
Is running for board something that kind of been in your sight for a while?
Actually, no. I think once my girls started going to school there and I got heavily involved with the PTA and got on some of these committees is when I really said, maybe I should focus on the school district, because I did have aspirations of running for city council someday. That may still be on the table, but for right now I'm focused on school board. I want to make a difference in my kids' lives and all the kids in the district, and I have a lot of ideas to share.
I love it. Well, we have some questions. You care to take some questions?
Sure. Let's do it.
So let's pop up the first question.
Brad, we have such a great tradition and heritage of strong success and performance by students in ABC Unified over the years. And I think it's easy to become complacent in that and not do new things and not evolve in our schools. As you look at opportunities, how would you address that? How would you drive looking at new opportunities and looking ahead at the future to ensure continued success and evolution for our students?
Brad Beach, take it away.
I want to thank Mr. Robinson for that question. He lives in my trustee area. He and I had a lengthy phone conversation a few days ago, and he and I both went to ABC Unified School District. He actually was in a class with my mother. My mother taught him many years ago.
Okay.
And we both feel that the district, ABC, has had a great name for many years. Everybody talks about wanting to move into ABC Unified School District, but we may have gotten a little complacent. I think we could be more innovative. I think we can do some different and bigger things. I care very much about our CTE program, the Career Technical Education. You read everywhere that there's welding jobs and elevator operator jobs, and some of them pay over $100,000 a year.
Right.
So for our kids that aren't going to be going off to college, they like to work with their hands. I think we can be providing a lot more programs like that, and that's just one example of the ideas that I have.
I think that's awesome. I think it's the time to do it too, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
I think if there's one thing that that the past 7 months has really exposed is, not only are there opportunities to change and change the way we see education, but we need to, and we need to be have the ability to adapt and teach to the student and for different learners. So
yeah. And my promise to the residents that are watching here or back in our area is that I will listen to you. I will hear your concerns. If it's a great idea, let's push it forward. Let's work together. We can form committees. And I'm all about listening to the community and trying to make some positive change at ABC.
It's really important how people see their role on a board. The board is really the oversight and the connection to the community. So you need people that, exactly what you just said, that's a very important part of being on a board, is being that link and listening and being able to take those ideas and push them forward.
That's a perfect way to say it, and that's exactly what I feel I would be. I would be someone listening to the community, sharing their ideas with the superintendent and staff, and if 4 of my board members agree, we can start pushing out some of these changes and try to make ABC even better than it currently is.
That's awesome. Awesome. Next question.
Hey Brad Page, this is Maha Hari Krishnan. So my question for you is, what's your reason for running for the ABC School Board elections? And if you get elected, what would be the one thing that you would like to change in the district? Thank you.
I want to thank Maha for the question. I actually saw her out jogging. I was adjusting one of my signs, and she was running
one
by.
Of your 4x8 signs?
Yeah. Well, actually, 3 of my signs have been stolen.
Really?
Not to get off track, but I filed a sheriff report.
I'm just going to scratch the beach part and put Crihfield. Yeah.
Hey, I'll give them to you if you want them. But, so I filed a sheriff's report. It's serious business, messing with the campaign and stealing signs. So, but I digress. Back to her question. I really feel that there's some things we can do at ABC Unified. I noticed that when I served on the Bellflower Unified School District Citizen Task Force, I learned that attendance was really poor in Bellflower and ABC, and I never knew that. There's a lot of tardiness. I think we need to correct that immediately because we lose a lot of funds from the state, and that means a lot to me. So I would definitely look at that. And the reason I ran is I mentioned that before. My kids go to the district. I care about their futures and all the other kids. And I just feel I can bring some transparency to the board. And, we can talk about this now or later, but the school district moved to one meeting a month from two. And now we can't get all of our agenda items done.
Right.
So there was a 5-hour meeting recently, and we didn't discuss the 3 most important agenda items. So I'd like to move back to 2 meetings a month and welcome public comment a little bit more in our meetings.
Yeah. Do you currently record your meetings as well?
Yes, they're recorded. They get put up on the website after they're recorded.
Okay. Are they live?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can watch them on TV or online live,
Okay.
and then they're put up on the website.
Do you think it's important for board members to have kids in the district?
I think it helps. I don't think it's necessary. You could be a good board member if you didn't have kids in the district, but when you do, I've learned a lot from all the parents at my daughter's elementary school.
Yeah.
So serving on the PTA, serving in the watchdogs, I've now seen a new program that I can maybe bring to other schools in the district. I listen to parents, I hear from them. There's a Nixon PTA Facebook page where all the parents will either complain about something or list ideas. So I get access to all of that, where if a parent didn't have any kids in the district, they may not. But our board right now is split pretty much between parents that have kids in the district and parents or grandparents that don't. And it's split with educators and people in other professions like nurses or private sector jobs. So it's a good diversity, and I think you need a good mix.
I think you definitely need different perspectives on the board.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is nice to have at least some element of parents on the board. As it's nice to have a little skin in the game in that way too. But it's also good to have people with a lot of experience in the community that might be a little bit older that are bringing the wealth of experience to the board. It's also good to have new ideas on the board too. People that are a little bit more that have grown up more with technology and can engage in that way with the community. So it's good to have a diverse board.
Yeah, I agree. And I've served 21 years in law enforcement. I've served as an investigator in a supervisory capacity and now a management capacity. So I bring that experience with me, and public safety in our schools is paramount to me, not only from an active shooter perspective, but also from COVID-19 and going back when we safely can.
Yeah. And that's a whole nother, topic too. But I think for me, being a parent, that's huge for me. So if my kids were in a district, that'd be a huge one for me, because I feel that it's been a big issue for me, just making sure my kids are safe when they're at school. But even especially in the post-COVID world, I just feel like we need to be very vigilant. We can't lose focus on the problems from last year and the years before. Those problems are going to be there next year when we go back to, or whenever we go back to school, and more so because of the mental well-being of a lot of the kids over the past 6 months. It's going to be very important that we have people on campus. It's going to be very important that we have just eyes on our kids, making sure that they're safe, because we've all been through a lot over the last 7 months. We just want to make sure nothing happens that could endanger our kids, right?
And you and I actually talked offline about this, and I think it was a great point that you brought up, that a lot of our kids are depressed and going through tough times. Child abuse is up, alcoholism and depression is up amongst the parents. So you now could have a kid that's in a bad mental state come back into the school and possibly do something. So I agree with you. We need to keep our guard up. Public safety is my number one issue and is a paramount to me. So I will be watching and making sure the schools are safe.
Yep. Everything you said, plus record gun sales over the past 6 months, and a lot of first-time gun owners that may not have all the knowledge to properly, keep their firearms, and so it's going to be very important. So I definitely think that's a very important message for the parents, and it'll resonate. Let's go question number 3.
Hello, Brad. What message would you like to inspire our community with? the students, parents, teachers, and schools as we enter the new school year with Online Academy in this pandemic backdrop? Thank you.
Could you hear that one? I know the volume was a little low.
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'll let you take it.
I'd like to first of all thank Serena, one of our parents there. She's a super mom. She's been on the PTA at Tetzlaff and involved with the high school, so I'd like to thank her for the question. First of all, I'd just like to thank our teachers, thank our parents and our kids for getting through last year. Those 2 months were rough.
Yeah.
I was at home with 2 little ones. We were basically doing homework, working at home, and it was a mess. So thank you to our teachers. Thank you to our parents. I want us to be supportive of each other. Let's not attack on social media right away if things start to go bad with this virtual learning. We are all in this together. We need to be supportive. We need to be there for each other. Let's give the teachers a little bit of time to get this together. There's going to be flaws. There's going to be problems. But I think if, as a community, we stay positive, we work together, we can get through it.
I totally agree. I think me even watching my daughter starting first grade, because they started this week, and just even in the past few days, watching her teacher just work out the kinks. It's really important, and also parents working out the kinks. This is nobody we didn't expect anybody to have extensive experience in virtual learning. This happened to us, and I think teachers are figuring it out. I think parents are figuring it out, and we're all in a really tough spot.
Yeah.
And some people in much tougher spots than others. And it's important to not only be compassionate and empathetic, but also not lose sight of some of the students that maybe they're not showing up to the virtual learning. Maybe keeping in mind, especially in certain parts of the district, the digital divide, right? And making sure that students aren't left behind as we, focus on working all these kinks digitally. There's still a lot to focus on from just a human and a student perspective.
Well, I am going to stay positive, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't concerned about what this school year is going to look like.
Right.
But I do think we need to support the teachers. I've written public comments in the last 2 board meetings that I think we need to spend some of our Measure B bond money that passed recently to upgrade our technology. There's systems that can help follow the teachers in the classroom, or if they're teaching from home, that make them more effective. I think we need to provide them more training. The teachers at my daughter's school got 3 days this week. Hopefully that's enough, but if not, we can do ongoing training, and let's get them the tools they need to be successful.
Yep. Do we have one more question, or yeah? Okay, let's do one more. Then we got some jokes.
Hey Brad, thanks for the opportunity to give you a question. I wanted to find out more about how the schedule is going to come for ABC board meetings. I know that we're doing 1 meeting a month, I believe, right now, and not much opportunity for the parents to give real-time feedback. What are your thoughts about that?
I want to thank Mr. Ursary for the question. He's an ABC parent, and I do support going back to 2 meetings a month. I think that will enable us to do more agenda items and also get more feedback from the parents. I feel we should continue to take written public comment from everybody in the community. The board can just read that and we can put it up on the website, but I think we do need to offer live public comment on our Zoom meetings. Right now, they're not doing that. They're just taking written comment and they read them all, or they read it for an hour, but people can't call in on a specific agenda item or call in for regular public comment. So I'd like to see both. You write in the comments, the board can read them, we post them, but then allow parents to call in live and share their thoughts as well.
And how long has it been since they were doing 2 meetings a month?
That's pretty recent. It's within the last 3 or 4 months that switched.
Okay.
I'm not sure the exact reason, because we typically have very long meetings and a lot of agenda items, but I think they're realizing that we might need to shift back to 2.
Yeah. How long was the last one you said?
Last meeting ran from 7 p.m. to midnight, and they did not finish 3 of the major agenda items, including virtual learning, which is what all the parents were watching that meeting for.
Yeah, and that was at the end of the meeting.
That just didn't get addressed, and it was put off to the next meeting.
Man, is that common for the district?
No, that was pretty rare. The meetings do typically go long into the evenings.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way we can be a little more efficient, move back to 2, and try to move things along a little faster. I'm not sure.
And pre-COVID, were the meetings pretty well attended?
Yeah, some are, some aren't. Usually in the beginning, they have students come in, so all their parents come. The room's really packed. It's exciting. We get to see what the kids are doing in the district. But then when that's done, they all leave, and you have typically, I don't know, 15 to 20 people in the audience.
Yeah. The next segment, I haven't done the segment before, but I figured because we both have something very similar. When I saw your website, it said, Brad Beach, a dad who cares, and that was on my website too. I was like, you know what, we got to do a dad joke challenge. So I haven't seen. So my lovely assistant Chase just wrote down some dad jokes. So I wrote these ones down. They're the background
He wrote
and
some on the back too.
yeah. So the ones I haven't seen are the ones on the back.
Okay.
The ones I wrote are the ones here. So you'll read those ones.
I have to compliment you on your website. I know you're doing a countdown every day. You do a
Yep.
dad joke.
Yep.
And I just realized we both have 2 daughters.
Yep.
So that's another similarity.
Yep. And one very stubborn. I don't know how that's gonna work, to be honest. All right. First dad joke. All right, ready? Can't laugh.
Ready.
Can't laugh. Get that close-up shot.
Poker face on.
Got that close-up shot? No, that's me. It's beautiful, but it's me. Yeah. All right. Did you hear the celery got arrested?
No.
They charged him with stalking. All right.
That was good though.
It was
My daughter would love that.
It doesn't count if I laugh at my own joke, right? Oh yeah, then you get to read the one on the back, because I haven't seen that one. Okay, I am terrible at keeping a straight face.
All right. What's brown and sticky? A stick. And I didn't write these.
All right.
What were you thinking when I said brown and sticky? Diapers or?
No, I have a nutrition background, so I just think I'm like, well rice, like
Protein bar?
but that's like a slow absorbing carb. I started thinking about it. All right. All right. Why did the thief wear blue gloves?
I don't know.
He didn't want to be caught red-handed. No, okay, that one didn't work. All right, here you go.
I would maybe give these a little chuckle, but now that you've
Yeah.
challenged me to keep a straight face, I'm trying.
I'm going to try harder here.
Okay. I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
See, I'm good with that one because I already knew that one. You got to go for the deep cuts, Chase. Come on. All right. All right. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon?
No.
Great food, no atmosphere. I like that one.
You're going to get me to laugh with
I
your
like-
little smirk over there.
I like that one.
All right. How do you get a squirrel to like you?
Act like a nut.
Act like a nut.
Boom.
He knew that one.
I know so many. It's terrible. I'm going to be the source of a lot of embarrassment for my kids as they get older.
That's all good. I wanted to compliment you on your studio and your staff. I've
Thank
had
you.
a wonderful time here tonight, and I wanted to thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. I mean, it's been great just getting to know you just in the short time. And I'm really excited about the next 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 4 years really, of getting to work together and bring in I want to talk to you more about and expand on Watchdogs and because I love the idea. I love what that's all about. I'll have to pick your brain on it. Mm-hmm. And just through the campaign and beyond the campaign into service, I'm really looking forward to working with you. And I encourage all my friends in the ABC school district to vote Brad Beach and to support and go to his website, bradbeachforabc.com. Go there, donate, support any way you can. It's very important in local government to be engaged and support, because what happens at the local level really does affect everybody here. So if you're gonna get engaged this election cycle, get engaged locally, support your friends, support the people you know that are going to work hard, and support your kids in your community. So vote Brad Beach. And let's see, anything else you want to say?
No, I just want to tell you from working on past campaigns, we only have 8 weeks left or so. Work hard every day, do something on the campaign, and with hard work, we can both be on the school board.
Yep, and we will. Thank you.
Thank you very much.